Today we're going to show how to use iCentral 2.0 to schedule execution of test cases using iTest. In order to schedule execution of test cases, we're going to create a new type of file called a test set. To do this, select the new file wizard and select test set. Let's just give it the default name and click finish. So here, a test set just describes a set of test cases to execute in sequence. I already have two test cases, so let's drag and drop the first one in here, and then let's do another one. So now we're going to execute two test cases in sequence. I could decide to rearrange them if I wanted to, or delete using these buttons. Once I've made my changes to the test set file, I can save it. And now let's try executing these using iCentral. Simply switch to your scheduled execution view, hit refresh. You'll see that we want to log in to iCentral. There are 3 bits of information that you'll need to fill in. One is the URL to the iCentral server. The other is your credentials. So let me log in here using my iCentral credentials. We're now connected to the server. If there had been scheduled executions in progress, we would see them here. But for now, let's click on the plus button and we get a wizard. In this wizard, I've already specified the test set to use from a previous execution. The wizard will remember many of your settings so that you can reuse it later. But let's go and do it from scratch. All I have to do is select the plus button and choose the test set that I'm going to schedule for execution. So here we go. There are a number of other fields that can be filled in, such as tags. I could say, or any other such thing. If you want to associate this execution with an iCentral project, you can enter that name here. You can give the email address that you want notifications to be sent to and other carbon copies of that notification. So other information you can fill in the topology file and the parameter file that should be used when executing this test set. We're going to leave these blank because the test cases here are very simple and don't need that. So let's click on finish. So what you see here in the scheduled execution view, the status of the execution is currently scheduled, and now it's changed to complete. You can see that it is me by my credentials that I used to log into iCentral. If we expand this, we see that this is the test set file that I scheduled for execution. So let's take a look at what happened. We can see that with the check mark, the status of the test cases, and indeed the entire test set, is pass. But let's take a closer look. We can right click and say View Report. That will show the test reports view filtered by the scheduled execution that we just completed here. So here we see the timestamp. Let's double click on this. And here in the test report editor, we can see some of the pertinent information. It's very fast to execute, and the result is indeed pass. So let's take a closer look. We see that this is the test set, and here are the individual test cases that executed. We can right click on any one of these and say Open Test Report, and here is the test report for the test case that was executed as part of this test set. And here we have the email that was sent as a result of this execution. Again, we have a nice little summary. 2 test cases ran, both of them passed. And here are their status and some of the information about how that test set was reported, which database it was reported to. So that's pretty nice. You can use all of iTest standard tools to then examine your test case execution. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for watching.